Okay, for number 72, I would divide both sides by 8. The reason being is all those numbers, 72 and 80, are divisible by 8. So what do you get? You're going to get 9x squared minus 9x minus 10 equals 0. So make sure I did that right. 9 times 8 is 72. Yeah, looks pretty good. So I'm looking at this. I'm actually going to use the AC rule on it. And I'm going to write down 9 times minus 10, which is minus 90. I'm going to try to find two numbers that multiply together to give you minus 90. But those same two numbers, when added, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Don't need to write things down twice, right? When those same two numbers are added together, it's going to give you the minus 9. All right? So again, the AC rule, we got A, we got C. That's going to be minus 90. What's the middle term? Minus 9. All right, let's take a look at it, see if we can figure it out. I'm looking at 90, and one candidate would be 9 times 10. Unfortunately, 9 times 10, although it gives you 90, I don't see those as differing by 9. So let's try something else. And I'm going to try, let's take a look at this one over here. So I realize the 9 can be 3 times 3, and the 10 is 2 times 5. So let's take a look at that. And I'm going to say, it looks like 6 and 15 now. And 6 times 15 is going to be 90, and they do differ by 9. So let's write this down. So minus 15 and a 6. Minus 15 and a 6. Let me write this down for you. 9x squared minus 15x plus 6x minus 10 is equal to 0. All right? What did we just do? We rewrote this guy in 4 terms. 9x squared, we do have the minus 10. Hope you realize that minus 15x and 6x is minus 9x. We're going to factor by grouping. What do I notice first? Excuse me, 3x. You get 3x minus 5. Over here, what do you notice? 2. You get 3x minus 5, and this is equal to 0. Let's factor it. What comes out? 3x minus 5. It's a common factor. And you get 3x plus 2 equals 0. What is my answer over here? Well, it's going to be when 3x minus 5 is equal to 0, or when 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. This means 3x equals 5, which means x is equal to minus 5/3. Or, again, this is going to be 3x equals minus 2, or x equals minus 2/3. Again, look at the key to make sure you can agree with that, all right? And someone says, if I don't have a key, could I check this? If I had time, you could. I do want to recommend if you're going to check it, you go back to the original statement. And the original statement, I'll write this down for you, is this one over here. When someone says, why do you go back to the original? Anything else I've written down might have contained an error in it. So let's just, let's do one at a time. Which one's easiest? This one over here looks like the easiest one to try. What are you going to get? 72. And when you square that number, you're going to get 4/9. And then what do you get over here? You actually can get plus 72 times 2/3. And then you get minus 80. All right, let's do this. This goes in 8 times, so we get 32. What do you get over here? Well, a little more challenging, isn't it? 3 into 72. That's going to be, let's see, 24. All right, 24 times 2 is 48. Minus 80. Does that make sense? Well, 32 plus 48 is going to be 80, and 80 minus 80 is 0. So this one certainly makes sense. Let's try the other one, all right? The other one's going to be this guy over here. Let me highlight it for you. We're going to try this guy now. And what do you get? Well, it's going to be 72. It's more difficult. And that's going to be 25/9. And then what do you get over here? You're going to get plus 72 times 5/3. Then you're going to get minus 80. Again, we're going to check it. What do you get there? 8 times 25. Well, that's going to be 200. I think I made a mistake somewhere. 25/9. Oh, you know what? I see it now. I got to erase it. And I'm glad I checked, because I said it's right, when in fact it's not right. All right, so I know one's right, and I know this is wrong, by the way, and I know why it's wrong. Right, it's wrong because I did something bad, and I wrote something down that's not correct, and I'll tell you where that is. It's right over here. This is bad news. I'm going to erase that now, and I'm glad I'm checking it. It brings that a point. What's x really? X is 5/3. I'm going to check it now. All right, I'm going to check this now, see if it's right. Let's go over it again. It's going to be 72. Whoops. 72. We're going to square that number, which is 25/9. Then we have minus 72 times 5/3. And then we have minus 80. And we want that to equal 0. What do you get over here? Well, 9 goes into 72 8 times, and 8 times 25 is 200. That's not so bad. 3 goes into 72 24 times, and 24 times 5 is 120. Does that equal 0? It does. Because if you looked at this thing, 100 minus 120 is 80, and 80 minus 80 is 0. So both of them work. I'm glad I checked that. And certainly someone says, oh, you made a small error there. Not really. I made an error that I could easily correct by checking it. And it's good that you check things. Thank you.